Hey guys, it's Jeremy here to talk to you about Anchor, the free podcast tool that you all need. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, like I said, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So guys, go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm on your computer to get started.
Oh yeah!
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activists.
At that dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live.
Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat, the lyrics, and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service. Another Marbury production.
Support the troops.
Thank you for your service.
What are you doing?
I don't know anymore. I don't. What happens when I have days to myself?
You know, your new sleep schedule is probably leaning toward like you having energy now right about now.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not used to you having energy around me right now.
We'll get used to it.
I'm excited.
This is back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. I'm your co-host, Jeremy.
And I am your co-host, Jay.
Hey, and we are down one again this week. Ryan is out.
Poor Ryan.
Poor Ryan. He making that money, though.
He is.
Proud of
He
him.
is, no doubt about it. But it sucks
It is.
when they don't let you know that you're the only person on an event. So to everybody out there in this world, communicate when you have someone solo on a job. Please. At least.
Communication is key, and that's been in all factors of life.
It's a successful relationship.
Hey. By the way, we do have Miriam in the house tonight, too.
Sure do.
Speaking of relationships.
Speaking of. But yes.
So the OG
communication
team.
is key to a good relationship.
Yeah, you keep saying that out loud.
That's what I was told growing up, and it's worked for me so far. I mean,
Oh, man.
it's the only bit of advice that I think everybody gives.
Definitely. No,
When they're like, what's the secret? Good
communication.
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 I get tired of hearing it.
Communication.
Yep. That's what they tell me.
Communication.
Sometimes it's hard to communicate.
COMMUNICATION. Shush.
And with that, you are the Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
I did it.
Oh, brother. But how are you?
I'm free.
You are.
I am free. I am happy. I'm awake. This past week, I've
And
made
not
the
just
tough
because it's
decision.
Independence Day?
No, the exact opposite. We'll get to that later, though. But no, this past weekend, I've made the tough decision, but much needed decision to relieve my duties at Amazon warehouse. So I am no longer working there. Technically, this morning was my last day, but I did not go this weekend. So
It's okay. And
I put in my 3-day notice.
I think they'll be all right, bro.
I think that would be positive. They would be fine. I'm happy. That's the other thing. My happiness was definitely not there anymore, and I am much happier now. I do have a job. I'm not just sitting around not doing anything. Yeah, no, I definitely already had a job lined up. Come see me at the Electric. I'm now a server and learning to be a bartender. So come see your boy. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, I love that you were leading by example, because honestly, if you are not happy at a job, leave that home. They'll be all right. They will be all right.
Be all right, especially if job consists of 3,000 to 5,000 employees,
bruh,
on a daily basis.
Bruh, they'll be all right.
They will be fine.
But I think that that's an excellent example, because honestly, not enough people realize that.
Yeah.
And they're just willing to, like our parents' generation, they're just willing to suffer at a job.
Yeah, kill yourself over money. It's like, I understand money is the root of everything in the world right now. But
it's important.
It is important, but happiness and a healthy mindset is even more important.
I agree.
Yes, your well-being.
Yes. Mental health.
Ooh, buddy. And my mental health was definitely struggling. This actually since around February, and I was just like, yeah, it was time to go. It was time to cut ties with that side of town, and it was a lot of positives outweighing the negatives of me leaving, and I was just like, all right, I can do this, and I did it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm happier. I'm more energized already. I didn't have any additional work this weekend, so I took the weekend to rest, start doing some other projects that I've been pushing off / just wanted to start, which I will explain later in the weekly blurb and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I am feeling. How about you, Jay?
Man, it's been a good week. First full week back at work after the vacation. Super productive.
Hey.
Got to still give myself grace. I forget sometimes that I'm going through what I've been through the last. I know it's crazy to think about, but you get back into the routine.
Hey man, your June was just crazy.
Don't feel the same.
That's all I want to say on that. Like,
it was
a crazy June.
It was a crazy month. It was insane. Lots and lots of hardship.
Mm-hmm.
But that all considered, I think I'm doing all right, man.
That's amazing.
I think I'm doing all right. I'm happy.
Hey.
Lots of fun lots of good things are happening in my life, and I'll be happy to share later on about all those things. But
cool.
We'll just have to see where life takes us, and I'm always excited to see how that goes.
Indeedly.
But watch some good television these past few days, bro.
I have to rename this past Friday Cry Day because I spent the whole day crying.
Yeah, it was Crider Day.
I had my Friday was a cry day because I watched the season finale of Superman and Lois, which had me bawling in tears, and that was okay. I could talk about that in short because the main episode we're getting that soon, but saw that I cried tears and surprises from The Boys, which we will get into once it finishes. We're not doing it this week; we'll do it possibly next week or the week after, whenever we get the whole team back together again.
Indeed,
but indeedly, but also Stranger Things.
Man,
which is what we're talking about this weekend. First and foremost, spoilers ahead. I'll put the big graphic in front of the screen. Spoilers ahead for this episode.
So good, man. This show is Netflix's hallmark. It's been in existence since 2016. Yeah, 2016 was the first year.
But they said that this season was the penultimate season because they're only doing 5 seasons.
And so we're on the downslope. Yeah, so this is
yes and no. I would say the end of season 4, and this is still the non-spoiler area before we get into the spoiler area. But the end of season 4 is essentially we just hit the climax of Stranger Things in total.
We're on the other side of it.
Yeah, season 5 will start the downhill.
The resolution period, man. If y'all haven't gotten into Stranger Things, which I feel like the majority of America has, maybe even the majority of the world has,
buddy,
I highly encourage it because even if you don't like Millie Bobby Brown, who we have talked about in extensive detail on this show,
on and off the podcast,
the character development for every single other character in this show holds the whole thing up on a pedestal, bro. Like, my gosh, like, Winona Ryder is a goddess on screen.
Her comeback. And I mean, she never really went away, but her comeback from the 80s, being an 80s superstar.
It's like her return to everything is just so good and seamless. We were talking about it this afternoon, watching her performance in the finale.
Because that's exactly what it was. It was a finale.
This show was. She just
letting you guys know now. The spoilers are ahead now. We're going to get into it.
That step, the steps that she takes to become Will's mom, and then to just like push that role so far and so what seems like to me so easily, like she just steps into it. And it just
to be Will's mom, to be Eleven's mom, to be just the mom figure,
the
mom
of the group, the mom for all the kids. Because honestly,
Dustin,
like,
Lucas, Will,
and because like Dustin's parents suck.
No, Dustin's mom is okay. She's
his dad though. His dad
is not in the picture.
Who am I thinking about?
Will. No, not Will. No. Mike. Mike and Nancy,
bruh. Yeah. He can.
Mike's dad is sitting there. Oh yeah, look at that fake news. Yep, just turn the
literally, bro. Like right, literally, like he.
So they can't get you for satanic cults, but they can get you for earthquakes. All right, we're going to turn the TV off there.
Yeah, he be pissing me off. He just be pissing me off, like
sir,
bro. But no, but Winona Ryder's character in the show just keeps me interested no matter what, bro. Like she could just be having a simple conversation with Hopper. And I'm just like hanging on every single word.
I'm happy that they did that. They finally once they reconnected in Russia.
Yeah,
like, when they were both changing. Yeah, like separate sides of the room before the phone call hit.
I mean, bro, she's like, so
that was 3 seasons.
What you been thinking about?
That was 4 seasons.
Sexual tension. She
ain't. She ain't touched it, affected it until season 4, episode 9.
That volcano was ready to erupt.
That's what happened.
Yes, that earthquake is what was because of their sexual tension breaking.
Yeah,
that's really what it was. Like I'm not. And I know he was, he was in a prison camp and he lost all that weight. But she looked at him and she was like,
"That's a man,
Daddy Hop." Like, what did they do to you? She said, "What did they do to you?" But she was like, "What did they do to you?"
Yeah. Yes, his malnourished.
Yes, his malnourished dad, bro. Yeah.
Winona saw them abs. Joyce saw them abs and was like,
"Realistic expectations."
Daddy Hopper.
Daddy Hop.
Daddy Hop.
All right, everybody's gonna be on that Russian.
Yes, oh my God.
Hey, to all my Russian brothers and sisters, we love you.
I'm just saying that don't talk about unachievable goals.
All my Ukrainian brothers and sisters, we love you because we're still going through that right now too.
Sheesh. Brittany Griner has her trial.
Yeah, and they said they keep stuffing her in a small box every time she's in trial. She's 6'9", and they stuff her in like a box.
Not surprised in a Russian court of law. Not surprised one bit.
Just let her come home.
But
all right.
We digress.
Right.
We digress. So I feel like, are we just going to talk about the last 2 episodes?
I feel like all of season 4.
All of season 4 because.
Little hints of like seasons 1 through 3 put in there because I mean
okay. If you haven't watched it by now, y'all got to get into it.
I mean, everybody at this point has watched it. There's memes of everything.
I think it's funny how the second that we finished it, all the memes became available. I don't know what game.
I feel like y'all just unlocked.
It's like you unlocked it in the game. In like the game, you can't see anything until you watch it.
That's exactly what happened to me too. It's like I saw like one hint of it. It's like, all right, you can see the rest of these, but you gotta watch the last 2 episodes. Watch the last 2 episodes. All of them. Understood everything.
Literally, Facebook unlocked. He said, "You have unlocked this level. You get to see all of it." But no. Where does it pick up? The show picks up
season 4, episode 1.
After everybody is leaving Hawkins.
Yeah. So, Will, Jonathan, Joyce, and 11, they moved to California.
Right.
To I guess that's the farthest place to get so that he won't be affected by the upside down.
Can we talk about the blonde bully? Because I'm not gonna call her what I think she is, but
that's a word by Billy Butcher,
bruh. Yes,
Exactly. Yes, literally.
That's next week.
No, but yeah, the blonde bully. I can't remember her name
I don't want to, and I don't care.
because she is the worst,
She was straight, explicit language. She was a bitch,
bro.
straight up.
Like uncontrolled.
Like
she,
no reason for her to be that mean.
No
reason.
for her own entertainment.
And the thing is, for other bullies throughout the first 3 seasons, they've had some kind of redeeming arc about them. I mean, starting off with season 1 with Steve. Steve was a bully to Jonathan,
right?
even though he was dating Nancy. And now everyone knows him as Daddy Steve, Uncle Steve, Steve taking care of the kids, Babysitter Steve. Everyone is still in love with Steve Harrington.
Bro, Daddy Steve is
number
Daddy
one.
He is number
Man,
one.
when he went into the upside down and he said,
He did the flip. He did the flip off the rope. He looked back up. He said, "Y'all saw that."
Yep.
Y'all know.
you know,
Yep.
Oh yeah, but Steve knew how to flex when to flex, and he knew how to be sensitive when to be sensitive. Like
I mean, like he explained in the last couple episodes, he was just like, "You helped me not be stupid anymore." Essentially,
you gave him the smack in the head that
Yeah.
he needed, bro. Like,
and then he got that smack in the head in like season 1. And it's like, oh, let me actually take care of these kids and not try to kill them.
so I'm still kind of waiting on Steve and Uma Thurman's daughter,
Robin.
to get back together. Like,
I don't think so.
I'm
'Cause I
not
think
gonna lie.
she's
Like, I'm
she's
still waiting
gay.
on that.
She's gay.
Excuse me, not her,
Nancy.
Nancy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that happening.
That's what I'm waiting on. Like, I need you to be real.
just
Once Jonathan, the thing is, once Jonathan came back, that's when like sparks.
just doesn't have much personality for me.
Right?
He was bland, and then he
Still
became.
is bland. And
No,
he's
no,
a-
that's not hearsay. He was bland, and then he became stoner bland.
Right.
When he moved to California.
It is not a good look when you're boring and weed makes you more boring, bro. It's not a good look.
Because Argyle, by the way, we meet Argyle when they move out to California. Argyle is the motherfucking GOAT,
Bro,
Argyle. He was so cool.
The first time I ever saw the guy that plays him was in that movie, The Package,
Yep.
where homeboy gets his, junk
Yep.
cut off.
Yep.
I know, yeah. That's the first. Yeah, it
That's
is.
the first time we meet him.
Yeah, that's the first time
That's
I've
right,
ever
yeah.
seen him. And to watch his career like grow from that
just
one
skyrocketed.
Netflix original movie, it was. He's
He's
such an
been in-
endearing character.
That too.
He reminds you like of he's like this generation's Cheech and Chong. He's like this generation's Harold and Kumar.
He's just
all
the
thumbed up
chill
in
guy,
line
the chill guy that just like is chilling.
with gorgeous hair.
Yeah,
But also, he like keeps them on track. You know,
yeah, and that's the other thing.
Without them knowing it.
he was like,
he found the tracks that led to.
he was like, yeah, you guys see
Yeah.
these? Hey, you told me to find something that was living, right? All right, you see these tracks? They're wide. You understand what the wide means? Military. Let's follow it.
Bro,
Vamonos, let's go.
hit him with the Dora. I died.
Bro, that was one of my favorite scenes was when they went to Las Vegas and he saw the billboard of the other pizza place.
They've made it here. They've really expanded. I can't.
And then he goes into it and sees the Las Vegas version of himself. And it was like, dude, how's it going? It's like it's like the turtle from Finding Nemo meeting himself.
Oh my gosh. I mean, for me, he reminds me of Totally Kyle.
Oh my god.
He totally.
This one time, I went to my mom and I was like, yo, mom.
It's like one of my favorite Total Kyles was like, one time I was in the shower and I was using shampoo and I got shampoo in my eye and I was like, ow, that was totally Kyle. Totally.
If y'all don't remember Totally Kyle, you're too young for this podcast.
You deserve an AARP if you do remember him. We old.
Fun fact, you can join the AARP at any age, and they will give you all the benefits that you want.
I did by accident when I was like 14.
I'm crying.
I got something when I was one of the old houses. I got mail and it was like AARP for Jeremy Christopher Scott. I'm like,
The American Association of Retired Persons? I'm 14.
I was like, Mom, I'm 16. Why do I?
10 out of 10. You know how like sometimes when you add a subscription, they're like, do you want to jump on the subscription? It was just one of the random ones.
Click, click.
You try to click
Yeah,
through,
just click through. It's
and
like-
you just accepted the AARP. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
So I got you got my little AARP card.
Was that my northern accent that just came?
Oh
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, let's get some tacos.
Argyle.
Oh,
Let's get my tacos from Taco Bell.
Taco.
Taco.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Man.
What was that? Where was it? Indianapolis?
Yeah. Yeah, we went to, that was not a favorite trip of mine.
I could avoid the Midwest in a lot of different for a lot of different reasons.
All right.
Just to be fair.
I mean, we can say we went.
Yeah, it's good enough for me.
Yep.
I've been to Wisconsin once.
Ooh. Jeez.
Was not impressed.
I wouldn't be
I
either.
wasn't. I really wasn't.
When did you go to Wisconsin?
I went to Wisconsin when I was being recruited for football, and there was a football camp up there.
I remember that.
It was the first. It was actually the first time I ever went on a plane, and I went to visit Wisconsin Whitewater, which was the #1 D3 football team. Yeah.
He lived in Minnesota.
No, but he's familiar with them, I'm sure. And yeah, that was the first time I ever
remember when you told me you was
flew
on
on a
a
plane. It was a little tube plane, and I was terrified.
A little too plain.
It was not fun. And I genuinely thought Delta was a bad airline, and then learned that it wasn't. Totally, Kyle. But I digress.
We all digress. We went from Argyle to totally Kyle to airplanes in Minnesota.
Lord help me. Welcome to one of our regular conversations.
Woo!
But no, so where were we?
We were talking about Argyle and like him just being
That introduction this season
Almost
was one of the best ones that they've had.
Baz the Dutchie.
Like you could the soundtrack, bro. The soundtrack
this
for this
season slapped.
It slaps. It slaps. It keeps.
It reminds me of like
goes.
how the movies have the CDs that came with it, or like when you watch those old movies, they have the sound. You can buy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it was like legit songs. And, that's Stranger Things season 4, volumes 1 and 2. Of course, like Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush and Metallica.
Hearing that song come back, and like witnessing how this
Comeback
whole
of Kate Bush.
Yeah, just this whole generation is getting exposed to this this artist that, you know, honestly, without the show, probably never would have even like came near it.
No.
At all.
And now it's #1 on like Billboard charts.
It popped out on I think it popped up again on like the Billboard Hot 100 and like iTunes and all that. Like it was one of those things. And that's the phenomenon of Stranger Things, in my opinion.
It was that, and then the Metallica song came back on charts too.
I remember when it first came out, and it was the theme song that just permeated electronic dance music culture. And R.L. Grime did their
Stranger Things.
the Stranger Things theme song.
I was like, Jay, you were born in '94.
No, brother. No, brother. No. I'm talking about the theme song. Like the theme song, like R.L. Grimes' Halloween mix starts with that, bro. And I was like, this. I mean, it really kind of solidified to me how impressionable this show is.
Phenomenon that this show will become, has become. Is
I mean, when it's crossing across cultures, you know, like, and you're seeing it in several different areas.
We used the theme song in a recital. Yeah,
like, you see what I'm saying? Like it was one of the. Did you do that when you did the performance at the Boutwell? Was that it?
No, we used it. You, John, Kat went to. It's the one where we did at Ramsey High School.
Okay.
The fantasy land recital that we did where I sang.
Yeah. Yes.
It was like when the Magic Beanstalk was growing, they used the Stranger Things song.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Well, like the never-ending story from season 3.
Story.
That song like was all over the place.
That movie is trippy.
So was Stranger Things season 3.
I am excited. So I'm excited for them to really. Oh, you've made your background. Oh no.
No, that's just the weather. It was. Yeah, I thought it was.
I thought you had downloaded the Stranger Things background on your phone. But you made me lose my train of thought.
Never-ending story, trippy.
That movie's trippy.
Whatever. Season 3. Yeah, season 3. I'm ready for them to like. Excuse me.
Story. Never-ending story.
What I've really liked about this most recent season is the amount of time we got to spend in the Upside Down. Like they have really,
they developed a whole upside down
like its
community,
own, like its own universe. Like it's, and then like the story of how Henry first gets into the Upside Down and literally like starts to build his own dang world as a result of what happened between
old house to the
trauma. That villain arc.
That was when I say I screamed at my TV at the end of episode 8. At the end of episode 8. No.
No,
7. At the end of episode 7, when we see the whole story of Henry becoming Vecna. And it was like,
Bruh.
what? And like, we ended on the tattoo on Vecna.
Yeah.
It said 001. And I'm like,
Wait a minute.
we didn't know this the entire season. It took us 20 minutes of the last episode of the first volume.
And then like you're immediately like, has it been him the whole time? And then they get to the end of it. It was him the entire time.
The entire time.
Here are my questions.
Yes.
That I need answers to in season 5.
All
Yes, Jim Parsons. What's his name? Big Bang Theory? I don't need sleep. I need answers.
1. Why did he show Nancy,
The future?
of all people, the whole story? So we know that there's a connection between Barb and Barb coming down here, whatever. But there's also a conspiracy theory that Nancy's mom is
Karen.
Henry's brother.
Henry's sister?
Henry's sister.
Yeah.
And that's fascinating because whatever, like,
Did we ever get her name? The sister's name? Or did we just knew Henry and then the rest of the family?
I don't remember. I wonder if the guy, the dad,
Yeah.
if he's ever said it. I don't remember. But she didn't die. You know
Henry's
that.
mom is Nancy's.
No. Henry's sister.
Henry's sister.
Nancy's mom.
Is Nancy's mom. Okay. Because we don't know where Henry came from in the first place.
No, we do. We don't. Yeah,
Henry in the Creole. You remember the dad with the crossed out eyes that was in the jail cell that Nancy and Robin went to go talk to?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Henry's dad.
That is Henry's dad.
Yeah. So much has happened.
So much has happened because like that he was freaking Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the reminder.
So why Nancy? Second,
So there's a theory that could be Karen Creel because it could be Henry Creel's.
sister.
Yeah, we don't know Karen's maiden name.
Okay.
So yeah, that could. Yeah. All right. What else?
And then I think Henry or Vecno/1
Henry / Vecna / 1.
ended
inclusive
up
language.
in this like void type area, right? Like he didn't create that world.
No.
I don't think.
No.
He landed in it.
Yes.
Who is running that world? Is it the Mind Flayer?
That's the theory. It could be the Mind Flayer.
Does it exist because he made a deal with the Mind Flayer, or like?
I feel like the Mind Flayer needed a
they
human host.
communed. They like communed. You know,
It's
like,
something
he was
like
like
that.
angry enough and like fucked up enough, and the Mind Flayer
Motherfucker was like,
just
hey-
like agrees with that naturally.
Yeah,
right?
like, hey, you're a human host. I need a human host to come to
Right.
go to the regular world, the right side up, while I'm stuck here in the upside down. And
His end goal is to make it all better. What the fuck did that mean?
I think he wants to merge the two worlds into one, or to bring the upside
He
down
wants
to
to
the right side
he
up.
wants to absorb the right side up.
Yeah.
Because that's the world that he is comfortable in. Is the upside down. He wants to absorb.
He wants the
right
upside
side up.
down to be the main world. I believe that, but I feel like also, I feel like
think-
Will is gonna be Vecna too,
Yes.
Vecna Jr.
I think that's a very logical theory. I think he told Nancy because he knew Nancy was going to tell everybody else.
No, I like Miriam's theory that like
Yeah, I like
that's
the
probably
theory.
like that Vecna is probably her. Vecna is the uncle of Nancy and Mike.
Yeah.
Uncle Vecna, come to town.
But that would mean okay. So, but then there's also the theory that Henry is Eleven's dad.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
Nah, cause
You think Brenner like impregnated her mom?
no, I don't know.
No,
how-
I think I think she was already pregnant.
yeah, she
I
came to
think
the
her-
testing facility pregnant.
Yeah, she did the MK Ultra project whilst pregnant, and it just happened.
She got those powers from somewhere. Where's her dad?
That's what we don't know. We just know Papa.
Where is Eleven's dad?
Well, she got the powers because they were doing
Hopper.
the mind control project while she was pregnant with him. With her, while she was pregnant with 11. Yeah.
Because didn't the mom have mind control powers too? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, as a result of the MK Ultra.
What if the mom
Project.
was
Yeah.
Henry's sister? Because we know she went to a mental facility.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see. That's why, like, he's so close
But
to 11.
she-
Like, he, like, keyed in on her.
But it's not. But I feel like she looked older in the show. The mom did, even though it was a little sister. Because Henry is older.
He's
Henry was
old
older
enough.
than the
He's
sister.
still old enough to be
the child. Well, no, yeah, still old enough to be the child of, Eleven's mom.
What? Henry?
I thought they were siblings. I thought that was the theory. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still old enough to be her child. Like I don't think they're close enough to be siblings. I think they're close enough to be, mother son, but not saying that they are, but I just don't think they're close enough in age to be siblings.
I just know we got to wait 2 years to find out.
That's the ish, bro. That's real
answers.
deal.
Can we talk about
All answers will be answered.
Eddie Munson?
Edward!
Everybody put a thumb up.
Edward!
Put your thumb in the air.
Man.
Edward! A real hero.
From beginning to end,
The real hero of Hawkins.
you thought that he was going to be evil.
Well, at the first episode, but I called Eddie and Max being the two.
You did.
The final two gates.
Yes.
I called them being the ones who died. Now we still don't know if Max is dead, but I think
I feel like she.
I mean, she died enough for them to open them gates.
yeah.
For
Bacon to open the gate, he needed 4 gates to be open.
Exactly.
And that 4th gate
It
opened.
counted.
Yeah,
Show counted.
So,
But man, Eddie Munson was my favorite character this season, bar none. And
Probably my
beginning
favorite-
to end,
probably my favorite character, just period, on the show as a whole.
so. The character development in this one season, so fucking good.
and it was because of Eddie. Eddie, like,
I'm saying his character development.
yeah, but he was the reason that Lucas and basically all of Hellfire was like developing and like growing and being okay with who they are, and like you start out with like the whole
Like the lunchroom table scene when
like
they're in high school.
and like the lunchroom table, like seating, like pecking order BS that was really apparent in like 80s high school for
Yep.
sure.
The jocks, the nerds, the D&D kids,
Exactly.
the Hellfire Club, the cheerleaders.
And like
The
for real,
theater kids,
I
the
like how
band
I do
geeks.
like how they like tied in, because in the 80s people did think that D&D was like a violent game that could like
Oh, it was
like,
it was that
like,
generation's
it was, like,
game, Grand Theft Auto.
for real.
Remember when
For
everybody
real,
like when
for
Grand
real.
Theft Auto was big when we were like in elementary school? It was like,
And
oh,
everybody
don't let your
was-
kids play Grand Theft Auto because if they're
Right,
gonna start driving, they're gonna start driving and killing people.
Like exactly.
Who?
Exactly that.
Who?
Exactly. Like, yes, I'm gonna go out of my way to like kill prostitutes and like shoot up
And
banks
steal
and, like,
cars in the
steal
middle of the
cars.
street. Like,
No, that's not how this works.
What?
It's just an outlet, and it's okay for it to be an outlet. But D&D, like, I like how they tied that in, and like they made that a whole storyline.
the Satanic Panic. You know the Satanic Panic is real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because like there were a lot of murders by white men in the 80s, specifically.
70s and 80s. Yeah.
Specifically.
Serial killer era.
Yeah. Like yeah. And they're like, oh, it's the devil. No, it's mental health issues.
Crazy old white man.
Literally, and handsome white men
Yeah.
too. Don't forget.
I wouldn't say. Well, I mean,
Bundy?
handsome.
Bundy was.
Some people call him handsome.
I'm finna say, yeah. If you saw the real, he wasn't Zac Efron.
No, I realized he wasn't Zac Efron. I've seen the man. Like, he looks like a generic white guy, which for a long time was the standard of attractiveness.
I thought the standard of attractiveness was an astronaut, but okay.
White man.
Astronauts are sexy.
Yeah, sure, but they were white.
Armstrong was not sexy.
No.
No, neither was Buzz Aldrin. Let's be honest. But anyway, like Eddie is shit, man.
Hot debates in the Blerd Survival Guide. Are astronauts sexy?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear can get it.
I thought, am I the only one who thought Lightyear was going to be a live action movie?
Yes,
Technically, if we were in Pixar's world, it is live action.
you are the only one that thought it was
But-
going to be a live action movie. Yes,
In this room, yes.
it's just like a high quality animated movie.
I thought it was supposed to be live action.
No,
It was just this, and I mean, it says it in the opening credits. I haven't seen it yet, but it says in the opening credits in 1995, Andy went to go see a movie to go
This is in
that
the
inspired
opening
him.
credits?
Yeah,
Really?
it says in 1995, Andy went to go see a movie that inspired him to go get the toy. This is that movie, and it's Lightyear. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought
But I
that was
definitely thought
Buzz
when
Lightyear,
when they were
Star
hyping
Command.
it up, I thought it was supposed to be a live action. I was like, hell yeah, let me see Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear.
I mean, you kind of do.
Anyway.
Because his voice and his mannerisms.
You
And
kind of do.
Captain America in space.
Eddie is the best part of season 4. Like from beginning to end, like what he does for all the kids in Hellfire
It's like an 8th year.
and like the overall town.
I mean, it starts off as an 8th year senior. It's like, it's going to be my year. I'm going to graduate this year.
It was his year, bro. It really was his year, bro. He came out of his shell. He led these kids to victory, and he made the
stopped
ultimate.
hiding.
He made the ultimate sacrifice. He did.
He did.
He did, bro. And
He played a kick-ass guitar solo
bro,
for them Demobats.
bro. When they like start counting down, and I'm just like, he is
30
gonna,
seconds.
he's gonna die.
20 seconds.
Like,
10 seconds.
You know,
Let's get in here.
he said thing is like he said everything that he needed to say to the people that he needed to say it to.
That final
Before
conversation,
that-
yeah, I'm saying when they were like building the tools, and
Yeah.
Dustin were talking, and it was just like,
Yeah.
I love you, man. It was like, I love you.
Yeah,
It was like,
you knew. You knew at that point that it was
Eddie,
not gonna go
don't say
well
that.
for Eddie, bro. Like,
don't say that.
it's like the curse
But
of,
here's the thing, they try to throw it
Uncle
off.
Ben and Aunt May. Like you just that kind of thing.
Yeah, they tried to throw it off though with Steve talking
Oh.
about like having 6 kids and all that.
Yeah. I was ready for Steve to die too.
Yep.
I was like,
I was prepared. Like my body was I was mentally and ready, emotionally.
I was
prepared.
gonna cry.
I was too.
I
but,
was
like,
ready to cry for Steve.
I made it seem like Steve is going to die.
But
This
Miriam
is his
made a
last-
good point while we were watching it that they're not going to kill off any of the OG crew, and they didn't.
No, they killed additional.
They're saving those for the finale, so it really fucking hurts.
I think Dustin's going to die.
No!
Don't say that.
I don't.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know who's gonna actually die?
Mike.
11.
Mike and 11.
No, 11
Both of them.
is gonna
Both of them.
die. Yeah.
Mike and 11.
They're gonna
die holding each other's hands.
destroying Vecna.
And he's gonna be holding her hand because he's the heart.
I hope not.
Because he's the heart. Also, Will's acting.
Will, man.
Will. Oh, I cried when he cried.
That scene was hard.
Yeah, bro. When he's like telling
Tell-
Will, like
telling Mike how he feels. Telling Mike how he feels, but
but
like, no, this is how 11 feels. 11 feels like he's gonna do this. 11, no,
And
Will,
you
this is
just
how you
knew
feel.
it.
And then
And
you
you
see him
just
turn and
knew
just, like, damn it, Will.
And then Jonathan's like,
I'm feeling for Jonathan.
that speech between Jonathan and Will.
Yeah, he needed that.
Yes.
He needed
Yes.
that. Yes, he needed
Ah!
that. We all need to hear that from time to time, bro.
Ah!
Like, real deal. Like, that's that, like, talk that you have with your sibling that when you don't know.
Emotional damage.
It's facts.
The last 2 episodes.
Emotional damage.
All of it.
No, I loved these last 2 episodes more than I probably have loved a Stranger Things like season in a long time. Man.
Oh, you mean the Stranger Things 1 and 2 movie?
Yeah. We had to split it up in 2 days because like we watched the first one late, but at the second I was like, I'm not ready for 2.5 hours straight. Like this is solid 5 hours of television, and I'm like, this is good.
Dude, when Max said, I'm not ready to die.
And she didn't, but she did, but she didn't. I just
For all intents and purposes, I feel like
she's got to come out the coma, and then I can say she's not dead.
I feel because when 11 goes into the brains of people, when she goes into her void and you see the people, she's going to, those are their minds.
Yeah.
She went in there and she screamed for Max. Not a word, just echoes. I have a strong feeling Max is brain dead.
Or that's just a vessel that Vecna's going to be able to use.
Easily.
That's very
One of the
possible.
two. One of the two.
She might become the vessel for Vecna in the right side up in season 5. Yeah.
Will.
One of the two.
Or it could be both. Let's be honest. It could be both.
Because, I mean, Henry, he old at this point.
Optimistically.
Him old.
Optimistically, I think that she's going to get some kind of jolt from 11. And heck, she might even come back with powers or something, which would be legit. Like, I'm just saying.
That'd be dope, though.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it would
They
be
both
pretty
have
freaking
11 type powers, and they both can actually fight Vecna at the same time.
Yeah.
4 hands go up and just.
And we get like these awesome female badass superhero warriors that can win it all.
Yeah.
when it all. But
Nosebleeds and all.
man, I can't wait for season 5. It's 2 years. Is too long to wait.
Duffer Brothers, I don't need sleep. I need answers.
They need to come back with it. They really, really do.
One more thing before we close out this very emotional, very heavy episode. Lucas.
My
and Erica.
boy.
Lucas and Erica.
Brother sister team.
The dynamic we didn't know we needed and we
didn't know.
Deserved and got.
From the jump, bro, like when he's like making the jump shot to win the game, and she's like
she
making the
won the
final
D&D
roll for the
campaign?
D&D campaign.
Woo!
You're just like power brother sister.
is-
Like this is it.
This is
Like,
their season. This was their season.
and like Lucas like had to he grappled with a lot of things. Like he grappled with being a traditional high schooler as well as like trying to be like a
He
normal
wants to be
freaking high
normal,
schooler.
cool, and
Like
stray away from his
instead of
friends.
just dealing with all the trauma, bro. Like that. I mean, it's some serious crap that he had been through as a young man.
And that's the other thing. Like I understand he wants his normal life after literally 3 years of having to deal with literal hell underneath
Yeah.
his hometown.
Yeah,
And
It
it's just
makes
like,
sense.
I want a sense of normalcy. It's like, nah, fam, you can't get that. Not until this is all
until
said
we
and done.
right.
all said and done. Nah.
But like what he's grappling with, trying to like help out white savior, freaking
I don't even want to
like,
remember his
type
name. I don't want to remember his name. I don't
soldier
care about his
boy,
name.
mother lover. Like he just, I can't stand him. I can't stand.
It's bad.
Didn't like
It's
him from
bad.
the jump.
I was like, it's bad when he is more hated than the actual villain of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Well, he's the one that screwed it all up. He's the reason that Sam is dead. Max.
There you go.
He is the reason that they have any kind of trouble with their plan to stop Vecna in the first place. The whole idea was
he's the reason that that the whole group has to like hide and run underneath everything because
He
he's
goes
searching,
to the town hall saying that they're the dang devil cult.
and that like Eddie is the main reason that all these people are going missing and dying.
They're like in the news, like literally talking about Eddie being the leader of a cult. And I'm like, y'all, a 16, 17-year-old immature man with little man syndrome
Yeah, he was tiny for him to be like a point guard.
freaking just came in here and got y'all riled up. Man, there were some parallels to current times.
Oh, definitely.
That I
Definitely.
that I really enjoyed as a result of that. But fuck him.
Wholeheartedly, disrespectfully, fuck him.
This bitch.
Indeed.
But that's my rant on him. I think that's where I'll in my final. That's my final
Yeah.
thought.
I mean, I just want to talk about with Lucas, like the final battle between Donald Trump Jr. and
DJ.
yeah, DJ and Lucas. I mean, of course, Lucas was getting his little ass beat, but he came
Not
back
at the end,
He
bro.
came back. He came
Like-
back with a vengeance. Lucas like
He popped
after
him
being
in-
choked out, pushed him.
Snapped into the window.
Yep.
Yeah, that
all
was it. That was it.
But then Lucas and Max put on a masterclass in
Man.
acting a death scene. My word.
It was clutch, bro.
She was like,
it
I don't want to
crucial.
die. I can't do this. I can't see. I'm blind. Help me. Help me. And you hear Lucas like, oh my God, help her, help her. Someone call an ambulance. He improv the line, Erica, help. The crying, the tears.
Man,
When I say I was bawling my eyes out at that scene. I said, not Max. Like I understood. Like Eddie, like he hit me. It made me cry. But like Max hit, and I was like, dang. Like we got to know Max. Like over 3
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
we got to know Max. She came in season 2.
Yeah.
and we got to know her. We got to love her. And that
we watched what Lucas went through to try and be there for her,
Yep.
even though that she didn't want him there. And,
Yep.
And like to watch them like finally reconcile all their part, like when they're like passing notes back and
So
forth.
you
like,
wanna go
they're-
to the movies and shoot you a picture of the
man.
movies?
Yeah, man. No, just to see them come back to where they wanted to be.
right.
Little bits of moments where you get reminded, oh yeah, they're children.
Also that.
Those moments are
The note passing, yeah, that's
note
like one of
passing,
them.
Like 11 drawing the stick figures of
It's like,
piggybacking.
hey, who is this? Yeah.
She said, I piggybacked in.
I piggybacked in. It was
Pizza
like-
freezer.
And Max is like, what?
like, okay.
What were the words that came out of your mouth?
Right.
The reminders that they're children.
That it really humanizes the story and
Makes you feel.
it makes you feel.
But
we can go on and on.
We can't go on and on.
What we're gonna do now is take a quick break, and then we will be right back with the weekly blurb. Be right back, guys. Hey.
It's time for the weekly blurb.
Do we have to start all the way over again?
Oh my God,
Miriam!
I didn't say anything.
weekly blurb.
Uh-oh, y'all know what time it is. It is time for the weekly blurb where we talk about, what is it? Hashtag all the things.
Miriam messed up.
Stop messing. Leave her alone.
No, I didn't.
Leave her alone.
It's the
'cause
fear that I
time
just
to
like
talk
kind of put
about
into her.
all the things, Jeremy. It's time to talk about.
Ryan's not here doesn't mean you can bully me.
Yeah, you do be bullying Ryan, putting him in timeout. Don't forget.
I say that like it's a bad thing.
Because sometimes he do need to be put in timeout. You're right.
Yeah,
But anyway, it's time for the weekly blurb. And is it your turn? Whose turn is it, Miriam?
It's yours.
My turn?
you first.
Oh, well, I'm first. Well,
Hell yeah.
I'm about it today. I'm about it because it is another episode of Miss Marvel. It's something we got this week.
Episode 5.
And
5? 4.
so, bar none, it is the most diverse and like, oof. Oof. No, it's just, the show is probably the most diverse, and like, I think the furthest distance we've gone away from America in a show so far, especially with the partition scene. Because I'm thinking like Africa is not as far away, or Egypt is not as far away as India and Pakistan. Because that's the truth.
Where did the Eternals final battle? Where was that?
That was in America.
No. I feel like they would have been talking like in New Jersey. If New Jersey would have definitely talking about a hand coming out of the ocean.
Wasn't it like in like Hawaii-ish area, which I think is the other direction technically. So when I think about like furthest distance from California, I'm thinking that India is probably further than like Indonesia or Hawaii or somewhere around there. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, if y'all haven't checked out Miss Marvel yet, I highly encourage it, because I think that even despite the power set being different, the exposure to different cultures is beautiful. The conversations and the representation that go on in this show have been like one of the more profound conversations.
Yeah.
Because like they're talking about like being covered and being uncovered, and they're talking about like the difference between like different sects of Muslim or different like nationalities of Muslims, and I really enjoy that. I think that it's one of the better storytellings that I have seen in Marvel, especially when it comes to like talking about people's cultures. You know, we didn't really get that culture conversation in the in Moon Knight at all. Like they went to Egypt and they kind of like showed Egypt, but they didn't talk about like the cultures, and they didn't talk about like
it was more so white splaining because it was Harold
kind
talking
of
about the different gods and
right,
trying to take control of the crocodile god.
Right, like they didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
They didn't have like what the woman that becomes the hero in the superhero.
Oh, the Scarlet Scarab.
Yeah, the Scarlet Scarab.
Yeah.
They don't have her talking about being Egyptian and being a superhero.
It's barely touched upon when she's having that conversation with the when she's getting her fake passport made.
Right.
It's like her dad was this and this and that and all that, but yeah.
But like
No,
they barely
you're right.
touch on it.
Yeah.
And so like, because the conversations between Miss Marvel and her best friend are some of like the more profound conversations that I've seen.
Bruno or Nakia?
Nakia.
Okay.
Nakia.
That's me. Bruno is representing those friends who want to get to know
The ally friends.
Yeah, the ally friends
for sure.
Like you and Miriam, when y'all do the when y'all started dating, like you got to know more about
Right.
Muslim culture and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so the most recent episode, she goes back in time to India during like the persecution that's known as like partition. And like when you see it shows the image of all the people that are trying to escape on the last train to Pakistan
Boy, that train was packed.
make their own freaking country, bro.
Yeah.
Like That is what they were doing, which is insane. It's like one of the craziest pieces of history in the world that like these people who are being persecuted in one country and left it entirely and started their own. And that's what happened.
The more you know.
And like that's where they end up going, I believe, to see her grandmother, which is in Pakistan. I don't think it's in India.
No, she has to. Like, I think the next episode we're actually going to meet Aisha.
Aisha?
Yeah. We're going to meet her and finally have closure and conversations about bangles and power sets and all that jazz.
But no, it was really eye opening, and I think it was really cool that they showed like what it was like in the train station at the time when she's like, and then bringing in the red daggers. That was really cool for me. Like I had remembered like
just a Red Dagger like hero himself.
Yeah.
And it was the comic accuracy that we are getting in the like, especially the fight scene, the Red Dagger and like
the
his costume.
Exchanges, like they're so.
We're slowly seeing Miss Marvel's costume, like Kamala getting her full costume, like with the vest
and the scarf.
And the scarf now. Now all she got to do is just put it together and put her name on the front.
Right. No,
I still think that's not a lightning, but I think that's the K. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Miriam and I have talked about it. No, it's this show. I'm loving. I really am. I love the superhero like power. Like I love how it's manifesting and how she's using it. And I think, which the Noor, right? Like is what it is where it comes from, which means light. And I'm like that.
But she half jinn. Well, she's part jinn.
She's part jinn.
The
Yeah.
jinn. I'm kidding.
No.
Silent D.
We were taught growing up.
No, it's not. It's not the same Jen that like Miriam was like told me about growing up.
Well, it's not the same Jen that Kamala was growing up talking about.
Exactly. And that the development of that to me is dope. Is all get out just because
They're
like
the clandestine.
Yeah.
And
she's like part Jen, and that's really cool to me too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, shout out to the creator of the comic, who is in part creator of the show / executive producer, because she's got a heavy hand and foot in it as well. And like she's the one who's basically changing up the power sets, changing up that she's not inhuman, that she is part Jen, and the clandestines after. Like she's the one who's recreating the story so that it'll work well in the MCU, but also works well historically, figuratively, all the stuff, all the things. Yeah,
right. But I really hope that y'all check it out. I'm loving it, and that's my time.
Woo! Word.
What you got for us, buddy?
Kamala Khan. That's it. Nah. What do I have this week? I want to discuss merch that we have. It's some new merch now on the Redbubble site. You've seen the logo, the podcast logo in specifics that Jay drew up and we use currently for the podcast that you see in Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Anchor and Google Podcasts and all the podcast places where you can find our podcast.
Where can people find us, Jeremy?
Podcast. No, but the new hand drawn logo, yellow. I'm colorblind.
Yep.
Okay, yellow with our faces drawn on it and the little microphone drawn on the corner. Yeah, but you know how it looks. We see it every week, but now you can actually own it and wear it and drink out of it and all the things with it, because we have it on Redbubble now, along with our traditional logo, the Blerd Survival Guide logo. So you can get that. We're working on it Indeedly, because I do want to see. I want to see it on the shirt. I want it on the shirt personally. I want to get. No, I'm not going to get it tattooed, but temporary tattoo.
I'm gonna get. If you get my face tattooed on you, I'll get your face tattooed.
I'm not getting nobody's face tattooed on my body. No. Only face is going to be Simba.
I have vetoed that. No.
I'm gonna put it on my butt. Put it on my butt cheek.
I don't know if Marion vetoed it, but now I kind of want to.
I can sit on your face.
I can sit on yours.
Yep.
Hey. I told you this not until the boys episode.
Listen,
I want to warn y'all.
We're preparing.
I want to warn y'all for the boys episode. Whenever we get to the boys episode, it will be very explicit. It will definitely be 18 plus. Like I do not recommend anybody.
We should put out warning. The following episode.
Yeah, I will definitely.
We're gonna read it verbatim.
I'll record that shit.
Yeah,
All right.
It's going. Woo.
Producer stuff.
Boys, be prepared for that episode. I'm just letting you know now. But other than that, like I'm also working on the Blerd Survival Guide, the Blerd Survival Guide guidebook, and it's going to be called
Survival Guide.
Yeah, it's going to be called the Blerd Survival Guide. and I finished writing the introduction last night. I'm treating it like journal entries,
Okay.
you know? And I'm not gonna be the only one to has input in it. I'm gonna let y'all maybe borrow the book, maybe just tell me what to write in it. Yeah, between the whole team.
Yeah, I like this
And
idea.
I'll let y'all read the introduction when we get finished. OTP, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on Dark Thunder comic book officially, getting that drawn out and everything, and passing along to more comic people who know how to draw stuff and
Come on
write
now.
stuff.
Come on with the come on.
And any other projects I'm working on? I mean, more video stuff coming soon. Now that I have a weekend. I'm free. Like I actually have free time during the day, like during the day and after hour days, and I don't have to fall asleep specifically to wake up. Exactly. But yeah, look forward to some more outlets and whatnot from Blerd Survival Guide coming very, very soon. Like I said, and one of them I'm very happy to show soon and get on the Redbubble and whatever other place we can sell it is all the things merch. It's going to have the 90s cut background. I'm not going to tell y'all what that looks like. If you know what I said, you know what it looked like. It's going to have the 90s cut background, and it's going to be graffiti on front that says all the things. And yeah, that is it for me. Anything from Miriam? Bet. Well, Jay, where can the people find us?
Well, if you don't know, you're about to. You can find us on Instagram and on Facebook at The Blerd Survival Guide. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at Blerd Guide.
Yeah.
Or you can shop with us on Redbubble at the Blerd Survival Guide store.
Yeah.
Or you could join us on our Patreon, The Blerd Survival Guide.
Yeah.
Or you could follow us on our personals at Blerd Activist.
And at That Dancing Blerd. And guess what? We finally have a Twitch.
What's up? What's up?
So we're gonna start doing game stuff on that too. And
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we got a meeting coming up. But yeah. So at That Dancing Blerd at Blerd Activists. And other than that, keep surviving, everybody. Listen to the theme song.
Oh yeah!
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activists.
At That Dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We've got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live.
Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat and the lyrics and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service.